Cheers.
Tell him we going for Canelo next.
Yes.
Tell
Let's
him.
go.
Tell
Canelo, come on.
You heard it from him.
Terence Crawford, at the age of 36, has made it clear that his focus is solely on historic fights, and a potential clash with Canelo Alvarez has emerged as the most monumental matchup on the horizon. For Crawford, taking on the Mexican icon represents the ultimate test to solidify his legacy as one of the era's finest fighters. After months of calling out Canelo, Crawford and his team appear to have persuaded him to step into the ring for what could be a career-defining battle. This opportunity comes on the heels of Crawford's recent triumph over Errol Spence Jr., a victory that reinforced his dominance in the welterweight division and etched his name in boxing history. Known by fans as Bud, Crawford displayed his unmatched skills in a fight where Spence, once thought to be his greatest challenge, proved no match. From start to finish, Crawford's precision, power, and tactical brilliance left Spence outclassed. Winning every round, Crawford secured a 9th-round stoppage and became the first male boxer in the four-belt era to remain undefeated across 2 weight divisions.
He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but like I say, he's a weight classes.
Now, Crawford is aiming even higher following his spectacular victory over Spence. His sights are set on Canelo Alvarez, a fighter who competes 3 weight divisions above him and is arguably the biggest name in boxing today. For Crawford, this isn't just about another win. It's about solidifying his legacy. He isn't interested in easy paths or lesser challenges. He craves the recognition that comes with conquering the best. A showdown with Canelo appears to be the ultimate step toward achieving that goal. Canelo, on the other hand, has shown reluctance toward facing the naturally smaller Crawford, despite Crawford's extraordinary achievements. He has repeatedly dismissed the fight, claiming that defeating a lighter opponent wouldn't add much to his legacy. Competing at 168 pounds, Canelo sees Crawford, who last fought at 147, as someone outmatched in terms of size and power. Initially, Canelo outright rejected the idea of the matchup, even suggesting that Crawford should first take on Teofimo Lopez, a proposal many interpreted as a tactic to sidestep the fight altogether.
Fight Teofimo first, and then we'll see, right? At the end of the day, like I said before, I'm not asking for that fight. They want to make that fight because it's a payday, obviously. But I don't want that fight. I need.
However, Crawford remained steadfast, refusing to back down as a growing wave of fans and analysts pushed for the fight, intensifying the pressure on Canelo. Relentless as always, Crawford continued calling him out, and the public demand for the matchup only escalated. The narrative took an intriguing twist following Canelo's latest bout against Edgar Berlanga. Facing Berlanga in what was expected to be a routine victory, Canelo seemed poised for another dominant performance. While Berlanga was undefeated, many regarded him as a significant underdog, not quite on Canelo's level. Yet, Berlanga defied expectations, showcasing unexpected resilience and surprising toughness, leaving fans buzzing about his performance. The fight unfolded much as expected, with Canelo asserting his dominance early. In the 3rd round, he delivered a crushing left hook that sent Berlanga crashing to the canvas, seemingly setting the stage for a swift knockout. But Berlanga had other plans. Rising to his feet, he angrily banged his gloves together and pressed on. While Canelo ultimately secured a comfortable victory on the scorecards, Berlanga's unexpected grit allowed him to last all 12 rounds, a feat few anticipated. The bout concluded with a majority decision, the judges scoring heavily in Canelo's favor. Canelo's performance was marked by exceptional precision, landing nearly 50% of his power punches, a statistic that highlighted his dominance. Yet, his inability to finish Berlanga raised some questions and sparked debate among fans and analysts. questions surrounding Canelo's knockout power have started to emerge. He hasn't scored a stoppage since his 11th round win over Caleb Plant in November 2021, and this marked his 5th consecutive fight going the distance. Some fans are beginning to wonder if the once dominant finisher has lost some of his power. While his loyal fanbase remains unwavering, Canelo's inability to put Berlanga away may have raised eyebrows, adding a new layer to the discussions about his future matchups. Despite his victory, Canelo quickly shifted his focus to what lies ahead. During the post-fight press conference, he was asked about potential opponents, including Terence Crawford. Initially, Canelo refused to comment on the possibility of facing Crawford, a move that seemed to reaffirm his stance of dismissing the fight.
Put out an open challenge to you on the internet with Turkey Al-Sheikh calling you out. What's your response to Terence Crawford's call out tonight?
No comment.
Something was shifting. As it turns out, the financial offer for a Crawford fight had risen substantially. Initially, Canelo faced criticism for the amount of money he was demanding for the bout, and it was one of the reasons his team, including His Excellency and even Oscar de la Hoya, viewed his expectations as unrealistic. However, after Canelo's performance against Berlanga, things began to change. Team Crawford, alongside the Saudis, recognized that Canelo's showing might not have been as dominant as anticipated, leading to a recalibration of the financial terms for the potential fight.
Canelo allegedly recognizes another young beast. Well done, well done on both the.
Perhaps it was this questionable performance that sparked a shift in confidence, making Team Crawford believe that Crawford could indeed overcome Canelo. This newfound belief may have contributed to them agreeing to Canelo's financial demands. As one of the highest-paid athletes in the world, Canelo's decisions are often influenced by the size of the purse, and this time, it appeared no different. Although Canelo had previously dismissed the idea of fighting Crawford, the significant money now on the table seemed to have finally captured his attention.
Realistically left your mind once he said he's not interested, or you still pursuing it?
Not at all. You know, I think business talks.
Now, Canelo is finally open to entertaining the idea of facing Crawford, but with one key condition. The financial terms must make sense. Considering Canelo's immense star power and his ability to command some of the highest paydays in the sport, this stance isn't surprising. For Crawford, however, this could be the long-awaited breakthrough he's been working toward, with the potential for a career-defining fight now within reach.
Easy work. I heard him say, I'm easy work. If I was easy work, well, you know, you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet and still, he want 200 million for Benavidez, and he want 150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his leg.
Canelo's newfound openness to the fight has reignited the buzz around this potential mega bout. A showdown between two undisputed champions from different weight classes would be nothing short of historic, drawing immense global attention from fans eager to witness such a monumental clash. For Crawford, the stakes couldn't be higher. This fight represents the ultimate legacy challenge, a chance to move up 3 divisions and face one of the best fighters of the modern era, a step that could forever cement his place in boxing history.
Stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not.
While Crawford's focus remains entirely on Canelo, the Mexican superstar may ultimately choose another opponent. Canelo's camp has other options on the table, with one of the most discussed being a rematch with Dmitry Bivol. The Russian light heavyweight champion handed Canelo his second professional loss in May 2022, a victory that was convincing. Bivol used his size, skill, and ring IQ to outbox the Mexican legend over the full 12 rounds. Canelo has been eyeing a rematch ever since, but talks have stalled due to Bivol's own situation, leaving uncertainty about whether that bout will come to fruition. Interestingly, Bivol has stated multiple times that he is willing to drop down to 168 pounds for the rematch, hoping to prove that his victory over Canelo wasn't simply due to a size advantage. If Bivol were to move down to super middleweight to face Canelo, the fight would take on a whole new level of significance. However, with Bivol currently scheduled to face Artur Beterbiev in a light heavyweight unification bout in October, the timing for a potential Canelo-Bivol rematch remains uncertain, adding a layer of suspense to the situation.
Sensational. Artur Beterbiev versus Dimitri Bivol.
Another option for Canelo is to continue defending his super middleweight titles against younger, undefeated contenders. Fighters like Christian Billy and Diego Paca, both highly ranked in the super middleweight division, could present fresh challenges for Canelo. Billy, in particular, is known for his aggressive, all-action style, which could make for an exciting matchup. However, neither Billy nor Paca is considered a serious threat to dethrone Canelo. Despite these options, it's clear that a fight with Crawford holds the most intrigue. The financial rewards are immense, and it would undoubtedly be one of the biggest events in recent boxing history. For Canelo, this fight offers a chance to silence critics who believe he has been avoiding the toughest challenges in recent years. For Crawford, it represents an opportunity to prove he can compete, perhaps even win, against one of the sport's all-time greats, despite the size disadvantage. The details of the fight would need to be worked out, particularly around weight. Canelo typically fights at 168 pounds, while Crawford's last bout was at 147. A catchweight fight seems the most likely solution, but the exact number would be a point of negotiation. Both fighters would also need to agree on the purse, with Canelo likely receiving the lion's share due to his star power and drawing ability.
Boxing fight hype. I just want to ask you, what do you think about Terence Crawford? What do we think about Terence Crawford's performance, and do you want to get a fight with him?
If the money is right, I mean,
$100 million. I heard Turkey offered you a big money.
As things stand, the fight hasn't been officially announced, but with the financial terms aligning and Canelo finally open to the idea, all signs point toward it becoming a reality. Both fighters have shown interest, and the growing momentum from fans, media, and promoters suggests that the terms will likely be met. It seems only a matter of time before this historic showdown is set in motion. While Canelo has made it clear that the financial terms must be right, the increasing interest in the fight indicates that those terms will likely be finalized. Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez inch closer to the possibility of a blockbuster fight, and the conversation continues to revolve around the enormous challenges and rewards that such a monumental fight would bring. Like Alvarez, Crawford is no stranger to success. He has conquered 4 weight classes and firmly established himself as one of boxing's top pound-for-pound fighters. However, challenging Alvarez for his super middleweight crowns would require Crawford to take a massive leap, both literally and figuratively. To face Alvarez, Crawford would need to move up 2 weight classes, a jump that's significant for any boxer, especially considering that Crawford has only fought once above the welterweight limit of 147 pounds. His lone fight at 154 pounds, against the tough and durable Jose Benavidez Jr., ended in a unanimous decision win. Despite Crawford's undefeated record of 41-0 with 31 knockouts, the Mexican superstar, Alvarez, believes the narrative of Crawford being a smaller, naturally lighter fighter could overshadow his victory. Alvarez has made it clear that beating Crawford wouldn't carry the same weight as defeating a true super middleweight contender, such as David Benavidez. Yet, even with that argument, Alvarez has yet to face Benavidez himself. The size difference between the two is a key factor in Alvarez's reported demand for a 9-figure payday to face Crawford. Such a significant financial request underscores the risks involved for Alvarez, who would be expected to win. However, any slip-up could tarnish his reputation, and even a victory might not be fully celebrated by critics, who could downplay the accomplishment due to Crawford's smaller frame and limited experience at higher weights. Still, despite the weight disparity, this fight has captivated fans and media alike. It marks a clash between 2 pound-for-pound kings, each aiming to cement his legacy in the sport. Despite the odds, Crawford remains the most appealing option for Alvarez, should the Mexican star choose not to face Benavidez. The hard-hitting, undefeated WBC interim super middleweight champion, David Benavidez, presents a major challenge for Alvarez. Though Crawford would enter the fight as a heavy underdog, the matchup itself would draw massive attention from mainstream media, creating significant revenue streams and positioning it as arguably the biggest fight in boxing right now. However, the path to making this fight a reality is complicated by factors beyond just weight classes and paydays. One major hurdle is Alvarez's strained relationship with Turi Alec. Alec has emerged as one of boxing's most influential figures over the past year, particularly due to the substantial amounts of money he has invested in the sport. However, Alvarez's reluctance to fight Benavidez has sparked a public falling out between them. Alec recently took to social media to criticize Alvarez for avoiding the fight, escalating tensions between the two. Despite the war of words, the enormous sums of money involved in a potential Crawford fight might have the power to smooth over such differences. Alvarez is already one of the wealthiest athletes in boxing, having earned enough to secure his family's financial future for generations. Yet, as he's proven throughout his career, he's as much a businessman as he is a fighter. If the financial offer for a fight with Crawford is lucrative enough, Alvarez may be willing to set aside his feud with Alec in order to make the fight happen. Interestingly, Alvarez has shown that he is willing to endure criticism if it means securing the right fight. His recent decision to face Edgar Berlanga, an opponent many considered unworthy, drew criticism from fans. Nevertheless, Alvarez pressed forward, understanding that as long as the business side of things makes sense, the scrutiny is something he can handle. This same principle could apply to a potential fight with Crawford. Despite Crawford being smaller and less experienced at higher weights, his status as an elite, undefeated fighter and future Hall of Famer brings enough credibility and intrigue to make the fight a commercial success. Both Alvarez and Crawford are nearing the end of their respective careers and have accomplished nearly everything in the sport. However, neither is particularly keen on facing younger, hungrier challengers in their own divisions. For Crawford, that means bypassing dangerous welterweights like WBC interim super welterweight champion Virgil Ortiz Jr. and IBF champion Jaron Boots Ennis. While these matchups would certainly enhance his reputation, they don't offer the same financial or legacy-defining rewards as a fight with Alvarez. Crawford, who turns 37 in September, understands the business side of boxing just as well as Alvarez does. He knows that a fight with Alvarez could earn him a 9-figure payday, aligning him with figures like Alec, making the bout even more feasible from a financial standpoint. Rather than take the risks associated with facing younger, dangerous opponents like Ortiz or Ennis, Crawford seems intent on betting it all against a bigger, stronger elite-level fighter in Alvarez. Of course, this choice has drawn criticism, with some accusing Crawford of chasing a payday instead of seeking greatness. They suggest he's looking for an easier path to a large financial reward. But Crawford remains unapologetic. At this stage of his career, he's after the biggest challenges and paydays, and right now, Alvarez offers both. Crawford has made it clear that he can't wait to meet Canelo in the ring. After Canelo's most recent fight, Crawford posted a simple yet bold message on X. "Put me in the game, coach." This direct message signaled his readiness to step up and face Alvarez, the current king of the super middleweight division. It's no secret that Crawford has been eyeing Alvarez for some time, and his social media statement feels like a serious push toward making this fight a reality. Crawford, with an unbeaten record and as a 4-division world champion, sits comfortably among the top pound-for-pound fighters in the sport. However, a fight against Alvarez, who competes 2 weight classes above him at 168 pounds, would require Crawford to move up significantly, a daunting task, but one that could cement his legacy if he pulls off the upset. Alec, who has become one of boxing's most influential power players, added more fuel to the fire. After Crawford's win last month, Alec made it clear that he's ready to put serious money on the table to make the fight happen. According to ESPN's Mike Coppinger, Alec said, "I will give Canelo what I think is a fair price. If he takes it, he deals directly with me to finish the deal. I don't want anyone in the middle. I promised Crawford a big fight, and I want Canelo for Crawford, and Crawford wants Canelo." Alec's comments highlight his commitment to securing this blockbuster fight, one that has the potential to generate massive global attention. His statement also indicates that he's willing to negotiate directly with Alvarez, bypassing the usual promotional middlemen. This direct approach could streamline the process and avoid the complications that often arise when negotiating boxing contracts.
This is my opinion. I don't start to talking about these things. He start and he said he respects me, and but he doesn't like what we are doing in boxing. That's why I said what I said.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, there's a catch. Alec hinted at a potential stumbling block in Canelo's financial demands. But if Canelo is crazy with his financial demands, I will still guarantee Crawford any fight he wants, he continued, making it clear that while he's fully committed to getting Alvarez and Crawford together, he won't allow excessive financial demands to derail Crawford's chances for a big payday. With that now sorted, we might soon be seeing a showdown between Canelo and Crawford. What do you think? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more updates. See you in the next one.